In this video, I'm going to talk about this keyword. Take a look at this program. We just simply created an object, an instance of a class, maths, and I have sent a couple of values here, 10 and 20, and we're trying to find the addition of those two values. Now, I'm going to make a small change here. I'm going to change D to X and K to Y. So what does this mean? The name of both local variables and instance variables are both same. Now if I run this program, what is the result that you're expecting? Would get 0. I'll tell you why. Let's run the program. The reason is the compiler could not figure out if this X is a local variable that was sent as a parameter here, or is it an instance variable. Hence it just didn't do anything. By default, the value of int would be 0. So the sum of 0 and 0 would be 0. Now how do we fix this? We use the keyword called this. But before that, there's one key thing to understand. Whenever we call a constructor or a method, we're also sending one parameter, which we don't see it here. That parameter is nothing but the current object. We're just sending the reference variable to that method. And we know that reference variable holds the address where the actual object is residing. And when we do so, we can play anything with that. We can do anything with that object. The keyword that we need to use is this, which means the current object. Essentially, this is same as obj and obj. Certainly, we don't use the word obj. That's because we can have more than one object. For example, like Control C and Control V. I could name this as object 1, and we cannot change the name here to object 1 because it might cause problem with this statement. So we're just simply going to use a generic word called this. This will just implicitly assume the current object. With this statement, this will be replaced with obj during compile time, and with this statement, this will be replaced with object obj1. Now this will solve our problem. Compiler is certain that this is an instance variable and the X in here is a local variable that is sent as parameter. Let's try to run the program. Great, 30. Now, as I mentioned, even when we're calling a method, the current object will be sent. Let me add another method here. I say void set values int x and int y, and I'm just going to simply copy paste this code in here. I do Alt Shift F to give proper indentation. Now from here, using one of these objects, I'm going to call set values. I'm going to give 50 and 50. Now what is the result that you're expecting? It would be 100. That's because we have set the values to 10 and 20 initially, but those values are actually overridden when we call this method set values. So we got an updated value here for both X and Y. Now let me just get rid of this statement, the keyword this, and try to run the program. What is the result that you're expecting? You think it's 0? Or would it be 50? Or would it be 100? You'll be surprised. It would be 30. That's because of the same reason. Compiler is confused and is not able to figure out if this x in here is a local variable or an instance variable. Hence, it just didn't do any changes at all. The last updated values were 10 and 20, and hence the result is 30. Hope that makes sense. See you in my next video.